Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about Mughal dynasty and its last important emperor named Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was the last or the youngest son of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan wanted his eldest son Dara Sukho to be the Mughal Emperor. Aurangzeb was made the governor of Deccan provinces. Being a governor, he had the influence with the soldiers and he had the money that are collected from Deccan regions. And due to his leadership capacity as a military general, he decided to attempt for capturing power in Delhi. With the soldiers, he moved to Delhi, attacked and caught hold of his brothers and executed them, killed all his brothers. Arrested his father Shah Jahan and put him in jail and declared himself as the Emperor of Delhi. 1658 to 1707 he ruled Delhi as the Mughal Emperor. In the world history, the modern period is said to be started in the second half of 15th century. But in India, we say the modern period of Indian history started with the death of Aurangzeb. That is beginning of 18th century. The Mughal emperors who came to power after the administration of Aurangzeb were very weak and could not control the administration or control the empire. So the Mughal empire was disintegrated. Different kings or sultans or rulers have come up in different parts of India due to the weakness of Mughal emperor who was in Delhi. The policies and programs followed by Aurangzeb gave a chance for this disintegration. Now let us go back and see what are the policies and programs followed by Aurangzeb. After becoming the emperor, he decided to give up the policy of religious tolerance. He declared that the non-Muslims have to pay tax to the Mughal empire. The people who all are there in the Mughal empire should pay tax, and that tax was called jizya. This tax was existing before Akbar came to power. Akbar had abolished the tax named Jesse. He followed the policy of religious tolerance. Religious tolerance means the king or the ruler or the government permits the citizens to follow any religion they like. And even they are permitted to give financial assistance to that religion which they like. That is a religious tolerance. As a person, I don't have any problem of other person in his believing in another religion. I don't ask him to follow my religion, or I don't have to pay anything to me to follow his religion. That was a policy followed by Akbar and continued by Jahangir and Shah Jahan. So when Aurangzeb closed down that policy of religious tolerance and he became intolerant, naturally protests, disagreements, unhappiness happened in different parts of the country. In Delhi, in Bundelkhand, in Baranpur, there were uprisings against the religious policies and tax imposed by Mughal Emperor. The Sikh religious people were so much unhappy against him because they have executed their 10th Guru. You know, we are going to study about Sikh religion. The religious head of Sikhism was called Gurus. So there are so many Gurus. 10th Guru, his name was Guru Tegh Bahadur. Guru Tegh Bahadur, who was a religious as well as a political leader of Sikhs, were arrested by Aurangzeb and executed. So naturally, the religious people, the people who believed in Sikh religion, were so much unhappy and angry with the Mughal Empire. Then the Rajaputs, who were having good relationship with Akbar, who followed the policy of tolerance with them and having good relationship with them, created a good atmosphere between Rajaputs and Mughals. But the Rajaput policy followed by Aurangzeb created confusion and anger between these two groups. Wars were fought between Rajaputs and Aurangzeb's army. Aurangzeb lost many generals. Heavy loss due to war has occurred. So the treasury of Mughals could not bear the expenditure for the war. Even if the Rajaputs could not militarily defeat Aurangzeb, it had a far-reaching impact between the relationship of Mughals and Rajaputs. The personal behavior of Aurangzeb not believing other individuals also created friction and confusion in the relationship between Rajaputs and the Mughals. He attacked other kingdoms. He went to Assam, Bengal, Bihar. All those small kings who were ruling in those areas were forcibly brought under the control of Mughals. The kingdoms were annexed. The kings were not permitted to continue as a governor or the provincial rulers. They were removed, and the governors, those who are appointed by Mughal Empire, were looking after the administration of those areas. When he came to south, Deccan policy we call it, he attacked Bijapur in the year 1681. Defeated Bijapur and made Bijapur to be part of a Deccan governorship. We must understand Bijapur was ruled by a Muslim dynasty. Then he moved to Golconda. Golconda is in Hyderabad. Attacked Golconda and it was defeated in 1687. So those kings who were ruling, those kings who were having good relation with the people, they all turned against Mughal Empire. He came to Aurangzeb in Maharashtra, Aurangabad in Maharashtra. There he died. He came to Aurangabad thinking to destroy Marathas. But he could not do anything to Marathas. Marathas were led by Shivaji. Shivaji followed the warfare method of guerrilla. You know, guerrilla is a monkey. His method is to just jump in front of an enemy, suddenly frighten the enemy, attack the enemy, and when an enemy comes to their position to attack, run away. This policy was followed by Shivaji because Shivaji knew he cannot defend the powers of Marathas. Aurangzeb had a very strong military power, so it was very difficult for Shivaji to defeat Marathas. So all these activities of Aurangzeb created problem for the success of Aurangzeb. And he had a conflict with his brothers for the power. Same way, his sons were also fighting for the crown. So the rulers who came after Aurangzeb, we call it later Mughals. These later Mughals could not consolidate their power or do anything that was effective or forceful. So foreign powers entered into India and they began to look after the administration of India or capture the powers in India. In the beginning, the foreign powers were a bit afraid of Delhi or the Mughal Empire because Aurangzeb had established the vast and wide empire and the strongest empire. They had the fear, but they were not knowing the internal problems that were created by Aurangzeb. So the Mughal administration comes to an end in 1857 after the first war of Indian independence. The Mughal emperors fought against the Britishers, but they were helpless and powerless. Only the name was there. Name would not work everywhere. Britishers caught hold of the sons of Bahadur Shah Zafar, then Mughal emperor, that is of 1857, executed all of them. This 88 years old, just 88 years old Mughal emperor was exiled to Rangoon and he died there. So from 1526 to 1856, Mughal emperors remained in India. From 1526 to 1707 was the period of real administration of Mughals in India. Did not complete even 200 years. After the 1526 to 1707, after 1707, disintegration of Mughal Empire took place. And Aurangzeb had created the largest empire. After that, the downfall has started. So Mughal Empire flourished and declined. The people respected Mughal Empire because of the fear or because of the respect. Akbar was respected by every member in the society because of his policies. There was no much anger against Shah Jahan or Jahangir, but Aurangzeb created confusion, tension among the citizens of Mughals. So let us see how well a governmental system should function. How well a king should look after the administration. So from these different kings you could understand what do the people expect from a ruler. How they will love the ruler. How they respect the ruler. From different kings and rulers' behavior we can understand. That is what we must understand from the chapter of Mughal emperors. Thank you very much. Let study well. We'll see tomorrow.